Hello viewers, I am your immigration attorney Michael Phulwani. Before we start the program today, let me wish all of you a very happy Valentine Day. Take your loved one out for dinner, enjoy, have a lot of fun. Now, remember, this program is not about immigration. It is about something else. What is it? It is about money, it is about taxes, it is about tax returns, it is about declaring your income on your Indian tax returns as well as the US tax returns, and many other questions related to the subject that we are going to talk about today: the investments, the disability, estate planning, college savings plans, etc. So you know that I am not a CPA, so I'm not going to tell you anything about this, but I have the two topmost experts on this subject that I would like to introduce to you. Firstly, Mr. Lalit Abichandani, who is a CPA. He has got offices in Manhattan, New York, I think on the 5th Avenue. He's married, very happily married with 2 kids. And he's an expert. He's an expert in tax planning, both for the individuals or the business, foreign bank accounts, preparing Indian income taxes also, and not preparing, but reporting the income that you make in India on your US tax returns, and many other subjects like a treaty of avoidance of double taxation, and he'll tell you a little more about these subjects. So before we start the program, let me introduce you to Mr. Lalit Abichandani.
Thank you very much, Mr. Phulwani. Thank you for bringing us here, and I'm glad to be with you guys. This show is going to be about money and taxes, as Mr. Phulwani said. We are CPAs. I practice in New York City. This part of the show will be, my part of the show will be focused on your taxes, then everything that has to be related to taxes, I'm going to talk about it. So if you have any questions or anything, you can send it to our address. Primarily, it's going to be in 3 areas. The first area is personal business, personal taxes, and strategies to lower your personal taxes. We're going to talk about various income classifications, as well as adjustments and deductions from gross income. In addition to that, to lower your taxes, the government gives us exemptions and tax credits. So we're going to go deeper into those tax credits to how to reduce your taxable income. The next area is going to be foreign bank account reporting. As you know, US government requires you to file tax return along with Indian income and Indian assets. So we are going to go more in detail about those issues, how to report those foreign bank accounts. In addition to that, we are going to talk about the amnesty that IRS now currently has. They have 2 separate amnesties going on: the offshore voluntary disclosure program as well as the streamlined procedure. So in the new few shows to come, we are going to go deeper into that. In addition to that, the third area of practice is business tax planning and strategies to lower your taxes. In that, we are going to talk about how to create an entity and what type of entity to choose between C corporations or S corporations or LLCs. In addition to that, we are going to talk about how to start a small business and how to lower your taxes. And also, a lot of us invest in real estate. So we are going to talk about how to limit your liability by incorporating and not exposing yourself personally. So basically, the show is going to be, my part of the show is going to be all about taxes. And Mr. Paresh Shah, who is sitting to my left, he's going to be talking about the rest of the financial matters. And Mr. Phulwani.
So let us do like this. Before we start asking you guys questions, let me introduce Mr. Paresh Shah. Now, Paresh Shah is the CEO of a company, Paresh Shah Financial Services. He educates CPAs like you.
Yes.
So he's a CPS guru.
Yes.
Okay, very nice, very nice. And he gives guidance on investment life and disability insurance, estate planning, college saving plans, etc. He's a resident of Jericho, Long Island, and he's married with a wife Shamil and a son Shamik. Now, let me just say something, few words in Hindi if you don't mind, guys.
Sure.
Yeah. जिंदगी के सफ़र में जो पैसे की बातें होती हैं उनके बारे में आपको ये गाइडेंस देंगे कि ज़िंदगी भर में क्या क्या इश्यूज टैक्सेस के, टैक्स रिटर्न्स के, ये प्रॉब्लम वो प्रॉब्लम आते हैं, तो वो बहुत एक इम्पॉर्टेंट चीज़ है। और एक्चुअली मेरे को ऐसा लगता है कि परेश जी से अगर मेरी मुलाकात कुछ बरस पहले हो गई होती तो मैंने लाखों डॉलर जो गवाए हैं बिजनेस में और बातों में वो बच जाते। पर एनीवे आगे जाते इन द फ्यूचर, अभी परेश जी आ गए हैं तो होपफुली वो मेरे को हेल्प करेंगे कि पैसे बनाने में और वेल्दी होने में। इज दैट राइट?
Thank you, thank you.
Okay, now you introduce a little more about your subject, what we are going to talk about, then we talk some questions from both of you.
Sure. Thank you, Mr. Phulwani. Thank you for this great introduction. Happy Valentine's Day to everybody. And so, as a wealth strategist, what we've been seeing is that there's a savings crisis in the United States today. And even those people who are saving, because of the low interest rate environment, they're not able to get guaranteed returns or safe returns on their money. So the first part of the first area that we want to cover is about savings and wealth building. And in that, we'll be covering things like IRAs, 401ks, college saving strategies, guaranteed income contracts, etc. The second area is the business planning. And what we are seeing is that small business owners are the driving engine of our economy. And yet at the same time, business owners are so busy with the day-to-day management of their businesses that they do not have enough time to look at business planning. So we'll cover areas like buy-sell planning, pension planning, key man insurances, etc. And finally, the third area that we want to talk about is end-of-life planning. Now, this is going to be in two parts. First stage is going to be about the time when you retire till the time you pass away. So in this area, we'll cover things like retirement income planning, Medicare and Medicaid, Social Security, these type of subjects we will cover. And finally, once you pass away, what you want to do is leave whatever you've accumulated to the next generation in the most efficient possible way. So in order for us to, we'll be discussing that with terms of estate planning and in terms of charitable planning, etc. All in all, our goal here is to arm the viewers with things that they can go out and take action. We're saying that people are not taking advantage of all the benefits that are possible. And so we want to educate them and bring them the right resources so that they can take advantage of all the opportunities that are out there. Thank you very much, Mr. Phulwani, for introducing me so well, and and we'll be happy to take questions.
Okay, let's start asking some questions from Mr. Lalit Abichandani. So here's a question: a U.S. citizen or green card holder who files tax return in the US, every year we do it, remember time is coming very soon now, and he has some income also in India, assets also, not only income. So what is the amount of income or foreign country requiring declaration of that income in his US tax return? In other words, there's some amount that's exempted from declaring. If somebody has got only 5,000 rupees or 10,000, I don't know the numbers, then that person probably do not have to declare. Is that right, Mr. Abichandani?
So it's basically two areas that US taxpayers have to report. The first area is income that is earned, and the second is the money that you are holding it in overseas bank accounts.
Is it only money or some other assets too, like property, buildings or anything?
For right now, it is just the financial assets. The financial asset could be the bank account or demat account or life insurance or your provident fund account. You don't need to report the properties, or you need to report properties only if you have a rental income. But if you are earning income, and the rule is the same, it's the worldwide income. So as long as you have your total income is for a single person, it's 10,300. So if your income is less than 10,300, you do not need to report. But if your income is more than that, then we have to report. But again, remember one thing, that it is a worldwide income. So income from US as well as income from India or any other
Very
country.
common question. People say, but I don't live here. I live in India most of the time, but you are a citizen. You are a green card. Doesn't matter where you live.
It doesn't matter whether you are a US citizen or a green card holder or you're on an H1 visa or an L1 visa.
Yeah.
As long as you are a US person or US resident, you are required to follow these rules. So the first part was the income earned. The second
It's
part
like,
is
sorry, keep on disrupting you. Person has a property. He sells it. Like he bought it for 10 lakh rupees. Now he's selling for 20 lakhs. Is that a taxable thing?
Absolutely. So the property is in India. So first they have to report to India. So you have to file the tax return in India and pay the appropriate taxes there first. Whatever reporting you have done there, that we need to bring it here and report it again to United States. And based on US-India tax treaty, we are able to take the tax credit against that and lower your taxes. So tax professionals like me, we try to avoid the double taxation. So as much as possible, we will help you to avoid this double taxation. So you don't need to worry about it. But anyway, it's a law that you have to report to India as well as here, even if you are living here.
All right, there's another question that people that have income in India, they file a tax return in India also, right? And then they file a tax return in US and they declare the Indian income into the US tax returns. But what if somebody is not filing any tax returns in India? Even then he has to declare on the US tax return?
We are concerned about US taxation. So you have lived here, you are liable for US taxes, you are required to file your worldwide income or report your worldwide income. So it doesn't matter whether you have paid taxes in India or not paid taxes in India. My recommendation would be that if your income is taxable in India, file the taxes in India first, because otherwise you're violating that rule as well.
And with all the new changes coming in where the banks are informing and everything is connected, everything is on the table now, right?
Yeah, so starting last July, now Reserve Bank of India has come out with the rule and all the US non-residents account holders will be reported to IRS. And banks in India have started sending out letters to US depositors in India that they are required to follow this law.
Because in the past, a lot of people say, "Kya karne ka? Wow, we have to do our income in India, and I'm paying taxes there. I have income here, I'm paying taxes here." No longer that thing. You know that a lot of people, and then that question, there's another question comes out of it. If somebody doesn't do it, are there any penalties?
Not, Mr. Phulwani, I highly recommend that they should do it. Otherwise, they are breaking the law. Not only are there penalties involved in there, and the minimum penalty is $10,000 for not reporting your income overseas, but in addition to that, it is criminal. That means if you have income and you have not reported for a number of years, they could put you in jail. So be very careful and start reporting, given the fact that the banks have started reporting to US IRS now. And also this is part of the FATCA requirement that US has agreed with Indian government.
So this, when you said $10,000 penalty?
$10,000 is the minimum penalty. It could go up to 50% of your balances in the bank account. Yeah. So if you have $300,000 or $400,000, they could penalize you up to 50% of that balance.
Is that for only 1 year? Or supposing somebody hasn't filed for the last 6 years.
The penalty is for 50% for each year. So they could charge you if you haven't filed for 6 years. It's as stupid it might sound, but it is not. That's what the law is. It is 50% for each year, and that's why we keep stressing to our clients that you have to report this foreign income as well as foreign assets and comply with the US tax law.
Very quick questions, a couple of questions from you. Sure. Estate planning, what is estate planning, and how you can help on the estate planning?
Mr. Phulwani, what is commonly thought about is that estate planning is only for the rich people. But that is not necessarily so. Basically, what is estate planning? A person works all his life and accumulates different assets. and all the assets that he has accumulated, he wants to either pass them on to his next of kin, to his loved ones, and after that, or to charity or some other institution in some way.
So this thing is a very detailed thing, and unfortunately we are running out of the time.
Right.
And I think we'll give you more time in the next program to explain about the estate planning and about what other issues that you really deal with, because there's a lot of important information that you will be providing to our public. We thank you very much, both of you, for coming on the program. Thank you very much and goodbye.